Hello everyone, my name is Lim Junling. Today I'm going to share the research titled The Interplay Between Personality Traits and Pedagogical Approaches, the Insights from Chinese Vernacular Primary Educators in Johor, Bahru. Okay, so this will be the table of content that I'll be sharing for my research. So I'll be starting with the introduction, literature review, methodology of my study, the data analysis, discussion, implication, and recommendation, and lastly, end with the conclusion for my research. So let's start with the introduction for my research. So we can say that education is the foundation of societal progress, okay, empowering individuals and shaping the direction of the entire community. So one of the goals of the Malaysia Education Blueprint 2013 and 2025 is to transform teaching into a profession. According to Nong Azrina in the year of 2022, she mentioned that the professional development for teachers is vital for producing competent educators in Malaysia. Okay. On the other hand, Pata and Boone in the year of 2022, they said that educators are believed in building future leaders with attributes such as moral character, integrity, and a positive attitude. Okay? So understanding the personality types is imperative as they influence how teachers interact with their students, structure lessons, and respond to challenges. This is also proven by the research by Kotari Pingle 2015, which conclude that the teacher styles of the teachers are influenced by their personality traits and preference. Then the significance of my study, the first one will be recognizing different teaching styles allows educators to tailor their approaches to better suit their strengths and preferences. Second, this study can also optimize learning environment, as knowing the personality traits of teachers help in creating a positive and supportive learning environment. Okay. Study can also help in improving student-teacher relationships. And then the teacher can use the knowledge of different teaching styles to identify areas for professional development. So teachers who align their teaching style with the strength and preferences, they are more to experience greater job satisfactions. Okay. According to the study by Enway and Nui in 2018 mentioned where effective teaching, it depends on the teaching style. So the teacher who employ the best one who fit their personality traits have a greater success with their students. And there are several existing studies that related to the personality trait and teaching style. So the first one will be the study by Naima 2021, which elaborated that interactive teaching methods are thought to be more helpful and effective since they engage students in the learning process and better fulfill the demands of the modern world. Secondly, read one in the year of 2019 conclude that teachers need to prepare the variety of teaching style and students need to identify and make use of their own learning style to effectively accommodate and adapt in the classroom. Okay. This study by the Rick one is aligned with Jarvis in 2006 that knowing how to teach is just as important than knowing how to teach method and that teachers should receive more direct guidance in teaching style. Okay, we have a study by Li, Yao, Liu, and Chang in 2021, shows how personality and teaching style affect teacher-related outcomes and how important it is to support adaptive teaching in supporting teacher development. Okay, so these are the several existing studies about the personality traits and teaching style. We will see on the research gap. Okay, due to the gap of the influence of professional development for educators in this study, the exploration and understanding of various teaching styles contribute to a professional development of educators. So the earlier studies may not have gone far through in examining how teachers view their personality as reflected in their teaching approaches. So the lack of specific study into the relationship between these two, which is the teacher's personality trait and their teaching style in Malaysian primary school, not only our theoretical understanding, but also the development of culturally sensitive and contextually relevant on the teacher professional development, potentially affecting the quality of education in the Malaysian student. Okay. So there are three research objectives for my research. Okay, the first one will be to determine the teacher's dominant personality traits, to identify teachers' dominant teaching style. The third one will be to examining the relationship between teachers' personality traits and their teaching style. Okay, so this study aims to identify the relationship between teachers' personality traits as identified through the 5-factor model, okay, and also their adopted teaching style based on the model framework of Grasha-Richmond teaching style. So the integration of these two influential frameworks provide a more comprehensive lens through which to explore the complex dynamics that exist in the educational environment. So we can say that by understanding the interplay between teachers' personalities and teaching style holds significant implication for educational institutions, teacher training programs, and the enhancement of teaching practices. Let us see into the conceptual framework for the study. This framework aims to elucidate the complex relationship between the individual characteristics and their pedagogical approaches. So the first one will be the big 5 personality traits. Okay, so every of these characteristics is a continuum that people can vary along, affecting their attitude, feeling, and also actions. Well, for the teaching style, the 5 approaches in the teaching style are reflected in this style there, where is the range from teacher-centered to student-centered. Okay, so there are 5 types of teaching style. We will see on the literature review. So I will be going through the personality, the teaching style, then to the big 5 personality traits, and also the Grasha-Richmond teaching style. So first of all, let us see on the personality. We can say that the personality is also referred to a personal quality that sets one individual apart from another. Okay. While for teaching style refers to a diverse approaches, method, or strategy that the teacher used to facilitate in learning in the classroom. As we can see the big 5 personality traits, it suggests that human personality can be effectively described and understood through these 5 fundamental dimensions or traits, which is the ocean, and understanding an individual position on each of these 5 personality dimensions can provide a valuable insight into their behavior, interpersonal relationship, and also their life outcome. So here are the explanation for the 5 traits, which the first one will be the ocean, then follow with the conscientiousness, the third one will be the extroversion, the fourth one will be the agreeableness, then the last one will be the neuroticism. Last one we will be seeing into the Grasha-Richmond teaching style model. So there are also 5 dimensions for this model, which include the personal model, the expert, the formal authority, the delegator, and also the facilitator teaching style. Okay, so actually this model has been widely used in the educational research and also teacher development to provide reflective teaching practices. There are several studies on the personality traits and also the teaching style. So I'll be sharing 5 here. The first one will be the research by Lee, Liu, and Chang in the year of 2021. It says that the personality traits of the young teachers have a big influence on how engaged and how happy they are at work. Second, the study by the Johns in 2017 It revealed that a strong correlation between certain teaching philosophies and extroverted personalities. This led the researchers to suggest that teachers with higher extroversion are more likely to use delegative teaching methods. Third one, by the Mahmoudi and Zamanian in year of 2018, they also found a positive correlation between the Iranian teachers' personality types and their preferable teaching style, indicating that teaching preference align with the specific personality traits. The fourth one, the study by Rosalia in 2017, this study found that the facilitator teaching style, which emphasized the teaching interaction and also has the greatest impact on student motivation. Last one will be the research study by Alami and Invaturi in the year of 2016. They found that the English instructor in the college, they are more to use the teaching style, emphasizing their role as knowledge authorities. I'll be sharing on the methodology of my study. Okay, this is a quantitative research which used correlational design, and a self-report survey is adapted in the study. Okay, then the population for my respondent will be in the Johor Bahru district, and the researcher used a convenient sampling technique. It involved 205 teachers from 3 Chinese Vernacular primary schools. In the research instrument, there are 3 parts. Okay, so the first part will be the demographic, the basic information of my respondent. Second will be on the Grasa Richmond teaching style questionnaire, then followed by the Big 5 inventory. So to analyze the data that I have collected, I have used the SPSS version 27 to analyze the data. So descriptive analysis will be used for answering the research objective 1 and 2, while Spearman correlation will be used to answer the research objective 3. Let's go into the data analysis after I've collected the data. So to answer the research question 1, which one will be the teacher's dominant personality trait? So according to the research, neuroticism scored the highest percentage, which is 46.2%. And there are 60 of them, of the teachers, that have the neuroticism personality trait. It suggests that many teachers in the sample might experience higher level of emotional instability, anxiety, or moodiness. So by understanding this trait can provide insight to collective personality dynamic of the teaching staff and also help in tailoring professional development programs. Second, what's the teacher's dominant teaching style? Okay, in my research, I have found that personal model is the most dominant teaching style among all the teaching styles. So there are 36.9% of the respondents identifying this as their dominant style. So the teacher with this style likely emphasize personal example and role modeling to demonstrate the best practices and encourage students that emulate their behaviors. Thirdly, what is the relationship between the teacher's personality trait and their teaching style? So I have do a summarized table based on the Spearman correlation analysis between the two variables. According to the table, we can see that openness is positively correlated with a variety of teaching styles, indicating a flexible approach. This indicates a consistent pattern where individuals high in openness tend to use a variety of teaching styles. Second, conscientious show a preference for structure and authoritative teaching style. Okay, it also shows a significant correlation with formal authority and delegator. Thirdly, agreeableness consistently shows negative correlation with teaching style, indicating that more agreeable individual might less inclined to adopt authoritative and dominant teaching style. It shows a positive significant correlation for extraversion and also neuroticism, where both traits have significant correlation for some of the teaching style. And then the extraversion correlates with formal authority, while neuroticism correlates with expert and facilitator teaching style. This will be the separation for the significance level and also the correlation between the variables. So we can conclude that openness consistently have significant value across all of the style, while conscientiousness, extroversion, neuroticism has a mixed significant and non-significant values depending on the different teaching style, while agreeableness has significant negative correlation with certain styles, but also same non-significant ones. While correlation, you can see that openness and neuroticism shows a positive correlation. Okay, and the extraversion show mostly positive correlation, but they are not as strong as those for openness. So in this study, we can see that when the neuroticism is a dominant personality trait, it significantly affects their professional performance and interaction with students or their colleagues, and also overall of the school environment. So these results suggest that understanding how personality traits impact job performance is crucial, supporting the use of personality tests by the MOE of Malaysia for teacher recruitment and selection. So this research that conducted in Malaysia highlighted the influence of these two variables on job performance, with finding indicating a positive association between openness to experience and also agreeableness by the study in 2015. And the research by Sim and Muhammad Mato in 2022 shows that personal model teaching style is the most dominant, same as my research. So we can implicate that the finding suggests that teacher training programs should consider personality traits when developing training modules. For instance, teachers high in openness may benefit from training that leverage their adaptability and their creativity. Okay? While those high in neuroticism may require support in emotional regulation and stress management. Second, educational institutions might consider incorporating personality assessment into their recruitment and selection process. Thirdly, the school could also implement personalized teaching strategies that align with individual and their personality traits. So ongoing professional development program can also be tailored to help teachers understand their own personality traits. So there are several recommendations for the future researcher. They are encouraged to expand the sampling method by utilizing the random sampling techniques to select a more representative sample of teachers from a wider range of school or region. Second, researchers can also incorporate additional validate measurement tools that can provide more nuanced insight into personality, traits, and teaching style. So by conducting longitudinal studies to observe how personality trait and teaching style evolve over time, it is also suggested to the future researcher investigate how the finding can be applied in teaching and also their professional development programs to enhance the teaching effectiveness. In a nutshell, this study reveals the significant relationship between personality traits and teaching style among teachers in Malaysia, suggesting that personality traits play a crucial role in shaping teaching behaviors. Practically, this study highlighted the needs for personalized training, recruitment strategies, and also support systems to enhance the teaching effectiveness. Then, by integrating this insight into practices, educational institutions can foster environment that align with teachers' personality, ultimately benefit both the teacher and also the student. So that's all from me today. Thank you for listening.